musicians can't afford to hire a publicist or even a PR consultant. If somebody has an upcoming project, a special recital, something that they really want to publicize, how can a musician engage in their own self-promotion?
This is honestly a skill set that you should all develop. I think that this is something that is part and parcel with a career now, unfortunately. I don't think that there are many people that get to just perform, particularly in the early stages of a career. So the things you need to focus on are being able to succinctly describe what you're up to. For example, if you're gonna reach out to press or presenters, my best piece of advice is to use a word counter online and keep those emails under 150 words, which is way shorter than you think it is. I think that forces you to really stick to a basic rubric, which is introduction / how I know you. So if you're reaching out to a journalist who you regularly follow or who you follow on Twitter, you say something like, I loved your recent article on XYZ, or man, that tweet on Thursday really started a great conversation. Here's what I have to add to that. And then a short paragraph about what you're up to, and then a call to action or a very clear statement of what you're hoping for. So for example, if you're hoping for a review, that would be how specifically I know your work. And if you don't know their work, don't write them. Figure out what they're into first, what your work is about, and then would you join me next Friday evening at 7:30 for blah, blah, blah. And I would make it that direct instead of, I'd like to invite you to, or just in case you're interested. Ask the question. What you're hoping is, will you join me? So ask that question. And I think that that's important, not only because it communicates clearly, but because when busy people who have hundreds of new emails a day are scanning, they're really looking for those kind of top line items. So make that sentence its own paragraph, conclude with it, thank them for their time, move on. I think a mistake that I made early in my career as a publicist was feeling that in that initial email, I had to make sure they had all the details and like the most ridiculously loquacious description. And I think that as I've gotten more experienced, my communications have gotten shorter and shorter and actually a bit more casual, but that's once the relationship is already built. I think, when you're reaching out to someone for the first time, I would probably err on the side of formality when it comes to address and title. But I would keep the tone very warm, very approachable, and make your ask and thank them for whatever it is that they do and why it matters to you.